What up, Tag Nation? It's the Quattro Scootaloo, and it's the final SmackDown of 2022. And my wise woman is currently a little under the weather. She's usually the voice you hear in the background, the disembodied voice that you tend to hear in the background. So she dialed up a favor, and she was like, "Ayo, let's bring in one of the ninjas." And if you know, Less Than Stealthy Ninjas, that's the other group I I'm affiliated with. We do more of the gaming, entertainment, movies, all that extra stuff. And she was like, "Why don't you just bring in Aranya?" She watched wrestling. Just bring her in. So normally with a quick tag, it's usually solo. But hey, I got Aranya with me.
Hello, hello.
So as you heard me say at the beginning, we're gonna talk about the final SmackDown of 2022, and it opens up with Bray Wyatt. Um, he comes out there. You know, I wonder at some point they're gonna cut his entrance down. Like
Right.
I thought Roman Reigns had a long entrance, which is deserved. He's champ. But I
Yeah.
wonder at some point they're gonna cut Bray's entrance down. But
Eh,
he comes out, he starts talking about how he wanted to apologize to the cameraman for, attacking him, stuff like that. Then he gets interrupted by LA Knight. LA Knight comes out and was like, "I don't want to hear all that BS. Fuck all that. Royal Rumble is around the corner," which is not, but Royal Rumble is around the corner. Let's have a match. And Bray was like, "I bet." Lights go out, and they said it was Uncle Howdy, which that wasn't Uncle Howdy's mask, but okay. Uncle Howdy comes out, he gets in the ring. LA Knight gets in defense mode. Uncle Howdy stands next to Bray. He hits Bray with the Sister Abigail. And the moment and it was funny because the moment Uncle Howdy grabs Bray, LA Knight was like, "All right, fam, this between
That's
y'all. So
your matter.
I'm gonna go
That's not
ahead
my
on out of
problem.
here." He was like, he didn't stick around. He was just like, I see y'all got some family issues to work out. So yeah, peace. Um, and from that, later on in the night, they announced that their match at Royal Rumble is going to be the Mountain Dew Pitch Black match. Yeah, talk about marketing. Mountain Dew Pitch Black match. There you go. Araya, any thoughts about all of that?
No, I don't really care for Bray Wyatt. You apologizing, but you stuck your fingers in that man's mouth. That is so disrespectful. That is so disrespectful. You cannot apologize for me being able to taste what you ate in my mouth. Okay? No, sir. Fuck off. All right. So ain't no apology there. Ain't no apologizing. Sorry, not sorry. Yep.
Uh, our next segment, we get Sammy, which these these Sammys ain't going into the bloodline locker rooms or getting funny because he's never already in the locker room. He's always going to the locker room and he always gets stopped by somebody as if
Always.
he's not supposed to be in there.
Because
But
he not
he goes
me.
he goes to the bloodline locker room. Heyman comes out, and Heyman basically in a nutshell was saying, "Sammy, don't you think you're getting a little bit too big for your britches? That maybe you might be kind of overshadowing the bloodline itself. That maybe you might be getting a little bit bigger than Roman himself." And he was like, "How about you just kind of dial it back a little bit?" And Sammy was like, "Wait, did Roman say this? Wait, what? Like, huh? He never told me anything." And he was like, "You know what I'm saying? You had that very passionate speech and everything, so kind of just dial it back some. Kind of just dial it back a little bit." Uh, how you been feeling, E? Because you have feelings towards the honorary Uce?
Here's the thing. I saw some old footage because I'm still relearning about the wrestling. I saw some old footage, and it's like Sammy looks a lot better back in those days. Now he just looks like this weird little desperate lame dude that's just on the coattails of somebody. Like he's like, "Ooh, I am cool with the cool kids. Can I sit with y'all? You can have my chocolate milk." And that's just what I'm getting. Like it's every time he opens chocolate milk. That's just what I'm getting. It's like, "Oh, I can hang with the brown people. Yay." Type vibe. And I don't know that I trust him. And I keep saying to you that I don't know if I can trust him, because I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how I feel. Like I know everybody loves Sammy, blah, blah, blah. But you didn't turn into a bushman. You look all woolly and weird and you want to hang with the cool kids. And I feel like you'll do anything for that acceptance. So I don't trust Sammy. I just don't.
Well, like me and the wise woman have been saying, when the bloodline turns on Sami Zayn, it's going to be a heartbreaking situation. Like it's going to be devastated because he worked so hard to be accepted, and he's going to do something that's going to make them turn on him. And boy,
Yep.
it's going to be a sad day. But
More
we
funny
get to
day.
our Lord. We get to our first match of the night. We get Sheamus with Butch and Ridge versus Solo Sokoa with the Usos. Uh, as I like to call, this was a good old fashioned beefy boy brawl. You know
It
what I'm
was.
saying? Sheamus with his having bangers after bangers after bangers. This wasn't a bad match. Um, the only thing is that of course when you get matches like this, shenanigans is gonna happen. The
Of course.
Usos got involved, of course. Um, Ultimately, it led to Sheamus taking the Uranagi on the apron, rolled into the ring, and I think they officially given him Uncle Umunga, may he rest in peace, Uncle Umunga's finisher with the Samoan spike. And that's ultimately how he beats Sheamus. And then Sheamus was getting stomped out by Solo and the Usos, and then McIntyre's music hits. So Drew
Mhm.
comes out, does some regulating, and the Brawling Brutes and McIntyre are technically on top when this segment ends. Any thoughts, E?
I just want to say that Sheamus is such a powerhouse. Like he really, really he does it every time, you know. But Solo Sokoa is just dangerous. He is just dangerous. He is one sack of thick Samoan man, and he is angry, and he will bowl you the fuck over. Okay, so I was excited for the match because of the simple fact that Sheamus is bomb anyway, and Solo is so ugh. So I didn't know how it was gonna turn out. Um, Shout out to McIntyre, fine ass. Shout out. but but it was a good match. It was a real good match. Really interesting. I do like the big beefy ones fighting each other. I don't like to see them toss tiny people around. It makes me feel bad.
Well, so the next match, which was our first of two championship matches, and I'm gonna let E take it away. So we had Raquel Rodriguez taking on Raw SmackDown Women's Champion Ronda Rousey with Shayna Baszler, and I'm gonna let E take this one.
I just want to say that initially coming back into wrestling, Raquel Rodriguez was not on my radar. She was not. I was like, who? Which one is she? However, over the weeks, like she has really, really just been that bitch for me. Like she really has. Like a lot of people, you can tell they wrestle just to, they're athletic or whatever, but she wrestles with heart. You know what I'm saying? She got that passion, she got that fire. And it's like, I just really don't like Shayna Baszler and Ronda Rousey. Rousey, sorry. I think they're bullies and they need somebody to kick their ass and slap them in the face until they bleed because they're just bullies. They always pick on somebody when they by themselves and it's two of them. They don't have no eyebrows. Like, I just don't trust them. I don't trust them. I don't trust them. Okay. So
Well,
even though the outcome
okay.
was not what I wanted for Ms. Rodriguez, put some respect on her motherfucking name. When I say that was a good ass match to say that she's fucking injured and she was bleeding, she did that shit. So for
But
her,
yeah, but ultimately it led to Ronda kept attacking the arm. Ronda, so it seemed like she was gonna go for an avalanche Chigona bomb, but Ronda kind of reversed it and kind of had an arm bar. And then when they fell backwards and slammed to the mat, Ronda still had the arm bar on, and Raquel tapped out. And then reason why I said it was the first of two championship matches because soon as Ronda tries to grab the mic, music hits, and it was a remix because in steps the Queen Charlotte Flair. Charlotte Flair hasn't been seen since WrestleMania Backlash back in May. So she comes in, new attitude, new music, new gear. She walks in the ring and was like, "Hey yo, I want a title shot. No, 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 no. I want it tonight, fam." And Ronda looking at her like, "Well, let's do it." Shayna tried to stop her.
she did.
Shayna looked at her and was like, "You just had a match. Are you sure?" Ronda was like, "Nah, fuck that. I got this." The match started, and boy, I thought they was about to job Ronda hard because Charlotte hit a move, went for the pin. Luckily, Ronda kicked out, but all in all, the match lasted for like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Charlotte tried to go for a spear. Ronda countered it to an armbar. Charlotte rolled up 1, 2, 3. Charlotte is now 14-time champion. Lip Dizzle, do not look at anything from SmackDown. We do not want you to get triggered by Charlotte Flair. So if you've been keeping up with us, you know how we feel about Charlotte Flair at times. But Dizzle, that's a very passionate man when it comes to Charlotte. But Charlotte is now 14-time champ. Any thoughts with that, E?
I mean, okay, so I wasn't watching back in May, I think. So I missed whatever happened to her. She was injured or whatever. But to say she came out with bad hair extensions and no hips and she kicked that bitch square in the face, I was like, yo, she kicked that bitch square in the face and she ain't even got no hips to balance on. Like, hey,
I'm
hey.
dead.
So
I'm dead.
I mean, I would rather somebody take the title from them and then somebody could come beat up no hips. It's no big deal. You know what I'm saying? But
Well,
somebody would take the title and humble them hoes.
well, the problem with no hips, as you so elegantly put, she's one of the ones when she's champ, she's champ.
Mm-hmm.
So if she's gonna lose that belt, it won't be until WrestleMania.
Okay.
If that.
Okay.
She
Okay.
not she not gonna lose that belt no time soon.
That's
So
fine.
she's at least gonna be champion until WrestleMania at the very least.
Okay. I can deal
But
with it.
yeah. So yeah, two championship matches one night. The next segment involved Hit Row, New Day, the Maximum Male Models, uh uh
Ricochet.
Ricochet and Moss. What is his first name? Madcap Moss, thank you. Uh
Oh,
so
yeah, Moses.
basically so basically New Day, they had a broom for when Top Dollar and Ashanti and they was like, hold on, be careful. Step over the broom now. We don't want you to jump over, making fun of his tumble he had a couple of weeks ago when he tried to jump over the top rope and yeah, it didn't work out for the big fella. So they was basically all making fun. But he waited to Ricochet said, "Well, now that you see that it ain't as easy as I make it look," and then Top Dollar just shoved the shit out of Ricochet
And what was that for?
because I guess he big mad.
Well, unbig mad because I don't want to have to cut your ankle. Don't ever shove Ricochet. Mm-hmm.
He was big mad because he was being made fun of. And but come next week, we are going to get Top Dollar versus Ricochet, and the winner of that match will qualify for the Royal Rumble. But yeah, it was just funny how they was all going in on Top Dollar though. I thought that was hilarious.
Yeah.
Um, Next up, we get an Imperium segment, which because Ludwig Kaiser gives his grand introduction of Gunther and everything, and they ran a video of Gunther's dominance since he's been Intercontinental Champion. Well, actually, since he's been on the main roster, period, because he got on the main roster back in I think before the summer. So
Yeah.
yeah. Um, and then Strowman comes out and was like, "Look, your little video was all cool, but I wasn't in it." And it leads to Strowman fighting Imperium, and he does his little choo-choo train thing. He hits Kaiser, he hits Vinci, and when he tries to hit Gunther, Gunther sidesteps, boom, barricade break. Um, they get back in the ring. Gunther has this submission on Strowman. They was attacking the shoulder and everything. The other two guys were spending off the officials and everything. And here comes Ricochet with a chair. And he he hits, I want to say Kaiser. And then, how they do with, they try to swing over the ropes, try to get the person. But unfortunately, Gunther get out the ring and clear it fast enough. And
Come
as Aranya puts it, he lullabied Gunther.
on. Lullaby that.
Because you can see Ricochet swing over, and you can see he clipped him upside the dome with that chair.
Yeah. I was
And
like, is he okay?
yeah, because even everybody went over there, like, oh shit. And I was like, oh shit, Ricochet clipped him. And fan footage showed that he split his dome somewhere because somebody had to give him a towel, and he had it on the back of his head. And it was like,
Everybody,
damn. And from that,
everybody.
and you said in 2 weeks, right? In 2 weeks, we're going to get Gunther, Strowman, and the Continental Championship match. Uh, Main event. I'm gonna let E tell you all about the main event. I'm gonna just let her just
So
talk
it
about
was
it.
Roman Reigns and Sami Zayn versus KO and the one and only John Cena. Listen, I love John Cena. I do. I have loved him for a very, very long time. I so when I knew about this match, I was like, this night I shall not miss a thing. I'm not moving. I was like, don't call me, don't text me, nothing. Okay. Plus I feel like John Cena is in the right weight category. You know what I mean? Sammy is so small. He's so small. Like
And you know what's
when I
funny?
huh.
This is the biggest he's been.
Oh no.
If you look at Zayn about 3-4 years ago when he used to wrestle without the shirt and everything, he was a lot more slimmer and more toned down. So this is like the biggest weight wise and size wise he's been. Like I think his whole wrestling career.
That's yeah, it's not much. It's it's not much there, especially comparatively speaking. First of all, you got all these Samoans who are naturally just thick, and then KO is a thick guy himself, and then John Cena's thick, and then there's Sammy, and I don't even know like to start when did his nose start bleeding? Like when did this happen?
But it happened at some point. You're right.
It was
And
quick, and I
then
was like, what happened to him that quick?
at
And I was
some
like,
point, what happened with KO's eye?
what?
Because
Listen, KO's eye
KO's
looked
eye
really
looked gnarly.
it was really bad. I was like, he can't see because he's trying to get the blood out, and I don't know if it's like here or the
It
eyelid.
looked
I
like
don't
it
know.
was in the corner part. Like it looked like it was in the corner, like not this part of the eye, which you can't see up close. It looked like it was in the inside corner, and
Right.
it didn't
That's
look.
why I was like,
It was like
it started
he
swelling.
get busted open.
Like that must have happened while we were on commercial break because I didn't see nothing. Did somebody have a hangnail? What has happened here? Because but all in all, I I wasn't I was prepared that if Roman and Sammy lost, that I'd be okay with it. Okay.
Were you okay with it then?
I am. I'm okay with it because it's John Cena. And I actually like I look at KO from this perspective. I was thinking if it was one of me and my best friends and they were like, we turn on you, ha 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 ha. I'm gonna go hang out with the cool kids, F you. I'd be like, you know what, fuck you. You right? Don't worry about it, fuck you. Every time I see him, I'll be like, fuck you. So I was like, and low key, I don't mind KO. Like I don't mind him. He isn't one of the people I despise. I don't mind him. I hate that he has to keep fighting Sammy because again, how I am with my friends. But the match still was good. I just hate that so many people were getting hurt. I hate when
Yeah.
they get hurt, bleeding like that. Like if you're bleeding on your hand or something, fine, but your nose is bleeding, his eye bleeding. What the fuck is happening? There were no chairs, there was no pokey sticks. How the fuck is this going on? Did somebody hit you with a belt? Like what is happening?
Look, no telling. Like you said, they might have caught a fingernail, something. No telling.
Yeah, it looks
Uh,
bad.
and then of course, they played into the whole John Cena thing, and almost half the match, Cena wasn't even involved because they kept KO from tagging him until finally Cena got the hot tag. And I think when Cena got the tag, I think the match only lasted like 2 more minutes after that.
Right.
Because Cena came in, did his thing. He set up Zayn first for the five knuckle shuffle. Roman came in, he set up Roman for it, tagged KO back in. They both did the five knuckle shuffle. Cena hits Roman with the AA. KO hits Zayn with the stunner. Match over.
That's
So
done.
yeah, it wasn't even that long of a match because I think when the match started, I want to say it was only like 20 minutes left of the show. So
Right.
so it wasn't like it was this uber long match, which I'm pretty sure the crowd probably got some type of speech from Cena when the show was over with. Maybe another impromptu Cena match might have happened to where, the fans can really go home happy. But yeah, it wasn't really that long of a tag match. Because
Right.
Roman takes about 2 minutes to get to the ring with his
Exactly.
entrance anyway. So
And we got what, 2 or 3 commercials in that.
I think so,
So
yeah. I want to say it was like two commercial breaks. Because even with the Ronda and Raquel match, it was like two commercial breaks. I mean, if you've been listening to us, we only talked about 3 matches.
right.
It was only literally 3 matches this whole show.
Yeah.
So well, 4 if you count the fact that Ronda pulled double duty. But yeah, it wasn't even that much match heavy because they had segments and things like that. But yeah, and that was the final SmackDown of 2023. Um, Overall thoughts, Orion?
I enjoyed it. It was exciting. Besides Bray Wyatt, say what you want, I don't care. Besides Bray Wyatt, I enjoyed all the matches, which is rare. Normally it's a match in there that I'm just like, oh, just let it be over. But at the end of the day, like all these matches were really exciting. I enjoyed them thoroughly. I didn't enjoy everybody getting hurt because again, you watch people and you build these repertoires, and I hate to see somebody bleeding and I'm like, damn, are you okay? Like, hey, are you okay? So I hate to see them get hurt. I hope everybody, can get bandaged up and get to feeling better because that sucks. That really sucks. But it was
It
great. I
does.
enjoyed it and I yelled at my TV a lot.
And uh hopefully Gunther is good too, because him getting clipped with that chair, that didn't look pretty.
Yeah.
That
But
didn't look
last
pretty at all.
Monday, remember Ricochet got his head bust open
That is
and
true.
Da Vinci. Wait, am I saying it
Giovanni, yeah, Da
wrong? Okay.
Vinci. Well, Giovanni
Yeah.
Vinci, rather.
Vinci. He actually had a cut either like on the tip of his eyebrow or the end because he was bleeding as well after that match Monday.
Yeah,
So
see,
like
people just be bleeding.
they do. I'm like, ouch, stop
If
bleeding,
to say
please.
if to say WWE doesn't want blood at all, still happens.
Well, I mean, if you gonna slap somebody and throw them up against something, even if they they're kind of okay. Cuts happen. It doesn't matter. I could be like, ha ha ha, and push you, and you could trip and fall and cut yourself. So,
That
you
is
know,
true.
it happens.
Well, that was the final SmackDown of 2022. Uh, Thank you to Aranya for joining me. Um, Got to share some of her thoughts and feelings with wrestling because, like she said, she was yelling at the TV and everything. So, got to get that passion. And shout outs to the rest of the tag team out there, Lip Dizzle, Jaeger, Juggs. Thank you, tag team, tag nation, universe, and galaxy. Um, 2023 is around the corner.
It is.
Like it's around the corner. We here, and hopefully 2023 doesn't plague us with wild stories and wild events in wrestling. Hopefully 2023 stays a pretty tamed year, and we just get good matches. That's
Absolutely.
what we wish for 2023 is just good matches and no wild stories.
Right.
But thank y'all for tuning in. Until next time, maybe Aranya might do it with me. We'll see. But until next time, peeps out there, you got to tag out. Peace.